What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Since I created my Instagram page 3 years ago and this YouTube channel roughly a year ago, I've aimed to bring light and exposure to weird and obscure coasters throughout the world, with some definitely being more bizarre than others. That being said, today's is one of those that I discovered after doing some online exploration back in 2019, and I'm excited to share a little bit of what I gathered about it to you guys today. Opening in 2008, this mysterious pair of coasters operated on and off for 3 years at a park called Wonder World Extreme Park and featured a completely custom launch system as well as one of the most unique dueling track layouts I've ever seen. Being an in-house build, the coaster also has many neat little quirks and design features about it, including the fact that it uses restraints similar to that of the Mora Ride Skyloop models. However, the park abruptly went abandoned in 2011 and has been that way ever since. But what happened here? And more importantly, who and what are these coasters? This is the story of Wonder World Extreme Park's Slalom and Tornado. Back in the year of 1988, before many of the coasters seen today in Thailand, a hotel known as Pattaya Park Beach Resort opened up to the public with 25 stories and a variety of attractions, including a locally run water park. Owned and operated by businessman Daeng Turdikiet, the hotel did very well in its initial years of operation, and even more so up into the 2000s, offering 3 pools, scuba diving, and even a shopping mall for guests to explore while staying in the hotel. As time moved on, success grew stronger and more attractions and activities arose, making their way into the arena. And before he knew it, this placed Mr. Turdikiet smack dab in the middle of the amusement industry. And so, with the tremendous success of the hotel and extra money coming in, he wanted more, and by consulting friends and family, envisioned perhaps one of the most ambitious projects of his life, Wonder World Fun Park. Now, Wonder World Fun Park, located about an hour and a half away from the hotel, was to feature many new and innovative rides, of which he himself wanted to build, including roller coasters, a drop tower, go-karts, and a massive Ferris wheel. Many of the lands were also to be themed around dragons, nature, and just the Thai life and culture in general. There was also a massive hammerhead-type flat ride and many shows and exhibitions to go along with that. And so in 2006, this dream-worthy park was erected, and Mr. Turdikiet finally had his vision turned to reality. And for the next just 5 years, the park would operate to decent success and see much attention from tourists and locals alike, including a new addition to the park, a pair of dueling, interacting race coasters known as Tornado and Slalom. This new addition would add a whole new element of adrenaline in the area, and in response to that, the name was changed to Wonder World Extreme Park in 2007. Designed by Mr. Turdikiet and a small team he assembled, this pair of in-house built coasters featured 2 dueling tracks, each with its own respective launch, and lengths that I measured to be between 1,500 and 2,500 feet. They have the same track system and are painted in the same colors, making them difficult to differentiate. However, as stated by the roller coaster database, the Slalom roller coaster launches to the south, around the Tornado roller coaster in a large left-hand helix, while the track runs by the loading station, threading the Ferris wheel, and then circles the station building on its way back to the north. It's a very basic oval layout built over a go-kart track that is totally enclosed within the south loop of Slalom. Slalom itself, on the other hand, is a much more complex and interesting coaster. It has a pretty intensive spaghetti layout that crosses itself multiple times. Replete with drops and lots of helixes, this track was much more geared towards thrill seekers and often saw longer waits as a result of it. Together, these two brought a great addition to the park, and things only seemed to be going up from there. Well, at least that's what they thought, until it didn't. Since opening in 2008, major problems arose with the launch system on both coasters, and because of that, they ended up being down more often than not. This made it a large gamble for first-time visitors, and those who frequented the park didn't come as often since they'd expected the coasters to be down. The drop tower and some of the other attractions also proved difficult, but regardless, the park remained open, drawing in some profit. So all was well, right? Wrong. October 2011 saw the Thailand floods, and unfortunately, this area was hit hard, causing an undetermined temporary park closure. For months, the park battled fierce storms, financial difficulties, and hardships, but once the storm, known as Tropical Storm Nok 10, passed, a survey was taken, and Wonder World Extreme Park was deemed unsafe, and henceforth closed for the time being. With so much damage done, Mr. Turdikiet wasn't sure what to do, and eventually he and management settled on something. To this day, the park and its attractions still sit abandoned. However, the area is technically considered open, even online, to events and things like that. It is in this way that slowly but surely Mr. Turdikiet is making his money back to hopefully break even, but it's yet another sad fate met by a park that had what I think a lot of potential. That being said, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today though, so as always, it's been a major pleasure creating new content for all of you, and I'd like to invite you to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content. On the flip side, speaking of today's content, what did you guys think of this coaster? It's pretty bizarre, right? And I wish I did have a little more detail into the coaster itself, but it is pretty hard just with the in-house built nature of it and all around stuff in general. But I hope you guys got a good, decent overview of this place, and I think it's a really intriguing ride. We work pretty hard on these videos, so your support is much appreciated. Stay tuned for another video coming in a couple days, and feel free to catch up with us on Instagram as well for those daily posts. Again, I thank you all so much, and until then, we'll see you all there. See ya!